We've had 15 sumo retirement events on the channel now, 15 remarkable snapshots, or rather snipshots, of recent sumo history, which I'd like to draw together here. The first haircutting we covered was that of Rendai Yama, whose event was famously interrupted by Tokushoryu's victory speech. The first and only title ever won by Kisei Stable. Our second was that of Goedo, who retired on the day of Rendai Yama's. The first haircutting event held post-COVID vaccine, and just days before he moved into his humble new stable abode as Master Takekuma, and worked on shaping the phenomenon now known as Gonoyama. Our third was that of Tochiozan, which ended with his own infection with dastardly COVID-19. So many sumo men caught COVID that week that dozens had to absent themselves from the next haircutting event, which saw Yoshikaze wave his final goodbye to long-term coach Oguruma, and dramatically split from the stable setup to work with coach Nishonoseki, with starman Tomokaze in tow. Fifth to be filmed was Toyonoshima, serenaded by ex-Ikiyoi, then vowing to stay and develop pro sumo, just 8 short months before walking away and into the showbiz spotlight. Next up was Ami Nishiki, mentor to the Yokozuna, and thus entitled to this rare display. Seventh was Kotoshogiku, whose younger son was far too young to know when to charge, but whose elder son has just become Hakuho Cup preschool champion. Eighth was Sokokurai, the only man to be reinstated after once being fired. And ironically, backed by the fire service. Ninth was the greatest fighter of all, who painted the Hall Mongolian, given far more room to do so in the complete absence of sumo board members. Tenth was Toyohibiki, who should have been snipped by Japan's ex-PM had he lived to see the day. Eleventh was Shohozan, in an eerily quiet arena reserved for closest supporters only. Twelfth was Kakuryu, just hours after a violent typhoon which delayed loads of his guests and triggered all kinds of crazy bad luck, including this referee injury. Thirteenth was Okinomi, the first man from Okinoshima in a century and more to make sumo's Sanyaku elite. An Okinoshiman theme was a must. Fourteenth was Tochinoshin, the highest-ranked Georgian ever, whose historic title win transformed his birthplace's profile in Japan. And 15th, most recently, was that of Ichinojo, who cut himself off from pro sumo before his locks could be cut, in the biggest outcast retirement event for over 35 years. I don't think even official channels have all 15 of these. We could have had even more, of course, and there will be more to come.